Forge has like a goal. He's a
Yes.
mission that's been given to him, and he's like, I have to do this. So he gets a team together, and the fact is, like, Forge's mind can't help but like solve problems. And so, like, in his team selection, he picked certain people because some part of like that part of his abilities knew that he would possibly
need
these
that
people.
one,
and that can cause some issues and some loss.
Yeah,
for sure. And we're dealing with the fallout of that. But at last we get like a hint or like a reveal as to
like an actual villain of the book,
like what has been going on, because the villains have been like, here's a situation, we go to it, we have to solve this, and we got to move on because like we have to go to the next issue, which I've really been enjoying, because for me that was like great team building.
Yes.
Right, here's some team building, get to know them, let's go. Right, but now it's like there has been like a thread, right? And for me, this felt like, in the best way possible, it was like a little James Bond, where they're just like, oh, when we look at all these events, we find that this person here, like Sage uses Sage's abilities and like pulls down data and like runs it through, and it's like, this person
is at the epicenter, or at least on the fringe of every single thing we've done.
Exactly.
So I mean, even if they're not like the reason for it, we still need we got to ask her questions.
Yeah, exactly. But the reveal is that it's like, here's this person, they're playing like some sort of game in a sense. But the game isn't over. Forge thinks he's managed to get out of the VR that he was trapped in with Sage for a second, only to find that Captain Britain and Rachel are, you know, in like some sort of
trance.
Yeah, well, I would say they were probably, because they often commune via telepathy with one another, but it looks like they're stuck there. I love Tank showing up like, how did I miss this?
Yeah.
I'm like, because you're flying the ship, man. You're flying the ship.
Because we were too busy worrying about who you are.
Right. But like, I guess what I really enjoy about this book is that while, yes, some of what they've been dealing with has been like, oh, we have to stop this, or like something horrible might happen to the world or whatever, it isn't truly a, like, it's not, the book isn't about like, oh, the world is going to end.
No,
like,
I'm not worried the world's going to end.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about their world.
It's like, here's this book. Here's what this team is facing. The odds are high.
Yeah.
But it's not like, they're not in that sense where like, why wouldn't other people be helping?
Right.
Like, no, this is X-Force is dealing with, X-Force knows about this. No one else really necessarily knows.
That's true. You're not gonna, Wolverine's not going to pop in.
Well, maybe he would, but there would be a good reason.
He would
like,
be used. He would be a pawn.
Like, that's why, like, for me, this book has been, I think, so successful, because it deals with like what is currently happening with X-Men, but also it doesn't make that the total focus of it. It's like, hi, I want to tell the story about this team and what they're doing.
There's no like reliance on popular X-Men. There's no moment where Forge has to go to the Alaska thing.
For me, this one feels like this is going to age fairly well. Like, you could just read this X-Force book later on. Like, it would be tethered to like what came before it, as a lot of arcs are for X-Men.
Right.
But this one feels like it's doing a good enough job to be a little more evergreen